Good morning, folks. How are you this morning? Ron Bishop here, Timaru, New Zealand. Every morning I come online telling my life story. And yesterday I did a video, an introduction to Think Talk. See, I'm a professional motivational coach, and I've done a lot of coaching people on personal self-development. And I'm going to start doing one today. This is lesson number 1 of personal self-development. A program I've called Think Talk. Another name for Think Talk is self-talk. We talk to ourselves all the time. When we're thinking, we're talking to ourselves. But so I've called it Think Talk, because it's what we think that determines what happens to us in life. Now, I've got a man I want to introduce you to. He came into my life because of Think Talk, because of my thoughts. And I received an email from him. His name is Joe Smith. Very uncommon name, Joe Smith. And here's the email. Dear Mr. Bishop, I have enjoyed watching your videos on YouTube and hearing some of your sermons and philosophies. I have recently recovered from a period of heavy depression, but I'm finding it hard to get back into employment. I'm writing to you in the hope that if you're ever looking for employees for any reason that you'll consider me. I have attached my CV. Yours sincerely, Joe Smith. Now, when I received that email, I didn't open the attachment. It has an attachment, which is his CV. I didn't open it. I thought, oh, this guy must be a buddy. He's just out of depression. He's probably out of a mental home, and I don't want to get involved with someone like that. And I didn't open the CV. But then I woke up in the morning and I thought, this guy might be genuine. How many people will send you an email asking for a job and telling you they just come out of heavy depression? I have to meet this guy, right? So I did. I went and met him. I opened the CV. First of all, I'll tell you what's in the CV. His full name is Joseph Gregory Ray Smith, right? And he lives in Pariora, which is just a country town near some freezing works just outside of Timaru. And this is what is in his CV. This is his personal statement. I'll read it out to you. I am creative, artistic, and eager to gain work that will enable me to focus on tasks while I'm improving my skills and knowledge. Caring and shy. I work well on my own and always strive to do my best as a reliable, trustworthy, polite, and honest employee. I am meticulous and enjoy the challenge of thinking outside the box. My presentation and communication skills are of a high standard. Key strengths. Artistic, Microsoft Office skills, good telephone manner, keyboard skills, physically fit, lateral thinker. And his work history. Gardener, casual. Private employees, mowed lawns, dug and weeded gardens and pruned plants. Child carer, supervisor, casual, private employer. Reader, writer, Iraqi Polytechnic. Retail assistant, EB Games, opened and closed the store, served customers, handled cash and processed FBOS payments. Fry cook at McDonald's. Qualifications, Web Media Level 5, Drawing and Design Level 6, Iraqi Polytechnic, GCSEs, English, Maths, ICT, Drama, Art, Expressive Arts and French. Interests, alphabetizing, comics, drawing, gardening, podcasting and meditation. Referees, Janine Burgess and Michael Armstrong from the Iraqi Polytechnic, right? So that was a pretty good CV. But would it be someone you would employ straight off? Well, I was curious. I had to meet Joe Smith. So I went out to Paraora to meet Joe. First of all, I rang him up and said, can he come and see me? He said, no, I haven't got a car. So I said, well, I'll come out and see you. So I went out to see him, and we sat in the sun and talked. He told me about his life. He told me when he was about 4 years of age, his parents split up. He was born in England, and him and his family came out to New Zealand. And we talked, and he'd been in Kensington Mental Hospital having treatment, and he's had depression over the years. And I was very interested in listening to him tell his story, you see, because I've also been in Kensington. I've been in a mental home. I know what it's like. I've had depression, but mine was a bit different to his. I've had bipolar disorder. I get excited with things as well, happy and sad. But anyway, I could relate to him, right? And I thought, I've got to do something for this guy. What can I do? How can I find him a job? And then it came to me. I thought, what if I could teach this bloke how to get a job? What if I was to work with him and turn his life around? So I thought, right, that's what I'll do. I'm going to use Ray. I saw him again yesterday. I've seen him twice now, and I saw him yesterday. And I said, Ray, I want to take you from where you are now, sitting here in this outside this house with the grass growing up around the windows, and the old car on the back lawn with the wheel off it, and a couple of old mattresses sitting there in the sun trying to dry out. I'm going to take you from here to be a successful businessman. That's my challenge. So I'm training people today. This is lesson number 1, and I'll tell you how I trained Joe Smith. And later on you'll meet Joe Smith as I work with him, and he gets a bit more confidence. He's a bit shy at the moment. He's got low self-esteem, and I need to bring that out of him. But this is how I trained him. First thing I said to him is, Joe, you need to find out what you want to do. You can't just say, I want a job. What kind of job do you want? I said to him, have you got any paper and a pen? He went inside and he got a piece of paper and a pen. I said, write. Now start writing. I said, write down an occupation beginning with A. So he wrote down an occupation that begins with A. And I said, write down an occupation that begins with B. And then C. And I went right through the alphabet. I said, write down every occupation that begins with the beginning of the alphabet. And I said, write down every occupation that you can think of and then cross off the ones that you wouldn't want to do. Well, for the A, he had astronaut. And I said to him, do you really want to be an astronaut? He said, yes, but I don't think I could be. I said, well, nothing's impossible. Well, I'll teach you. If you want to be an astronaut, I'll soon teach you how to become an astronaut. But anyway, it was well outside his league at the time, at the present time. The other thing he had for A is artist. He's an artist. I said, you an artist? He said, yes. And I said, can I see some of your work? Well, he went inside and he brought out all these drawings he'd done, you see. And it was pretty good. And I looked at him and I thought, oh, he's a good artist. So I said, Joe, I want to help you. I haven't got a job for you at the moment, because if you wanted to work for me, first of all, you'd have to have a computer, and you haven't got one of those, right? You've only got an iPhone, which you communicate to me with. And you haven't got a car, so you can't come into town to see me. So everything was against him working for me, you see. But I said, I'm going to help you. And I said, I want you to be my guinea pig. I'm going to take you from where you are to a successful businessman. Right. Now, first of all, I'm going to give you some homework to do. Write down a whole list of every occupation you can think of and then cross them off, the ones that you wouldn't want to do. And then you should be left with about 3 occupations that you want to do, that you would like to do, that you'd feel good doing. And I said, the other thing I want you to do is write down your strengths and weaknesses. On one side of the piece of paper, write down your strengths, what you're good at, and then write down all your weaknesses, what you're not good at, right? And then I said, I also want you to write down the things that you want. What do you need in life? Not your wants, your needs. Well, he said, I need a car. And I need a computer. And I said, yeah, that's right. Write that down. And we'll get you a car and we'll get you a computer. Right? Now, and I went away and I left him. And I said, I'm coming back tomorrow morning at the same time. So the next morning I went back and I said to him, how'd you get on? Well, he showed me his list. He showed me all the occupations he'd written down and how he'd crossed them off, and he was left with 3. 3 occupations that he would like to do. And what were they? One was gardening. He likes gardening. He wanted to be a gardener, right? Because he had some experience of being a gardener. The other was an artist. He wants to be a professional artist because he's pretty good. He's got a talent. But the other thing, the third thing that amazed me, he wants to be a comedian. Remember, here's a guy, 27 years of age, living with his brother in a house in Paradora with grass up to the windows, and he wants to be a gardener, and he's just come out of a mental hospital, and here he wants to be a comedian. So I got quite excited because that's what I want to be. I want to be a comedian too, and I thought perhaps we could work together and share some jokes and become great comedians. Okay? Well, so much for Joe and so much for me. But what about you? What do you want? You're listening to this video. What do you want to be? Do you want a job? Have you got a job? The job that you have now, do you like the work that you do? Do you get excited every time you get up in the morning and go to work? It's going to be a great day for you? Or do you get out of bed and say, oh, geez, I got to go to work again today. I hate that job. It's a terrible job, but I've got to go because I need the money. No, you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to go to work today. If you don't like the work you're doing, don't go to work today. Stay home and write out a list of all the occupations you can think of, cross off all the ones you don't want to do, and finish up with 3 things you want to do. And then go and look for that job you want to do. Look for the job that'll spin your wheels every time you think about working there. You see, Joe wants to be a comedian. And every time he thinks about being a comedian, he gets excited because that's his goal. That's his passion. And he wants to be an artist. Right? He wants to be a gardener. He can be all those things. Right? He can start earning money today. The second day I went to see him, I made him write down a things to do today list. What is he going to do today? And cross off things as he does them. His first thing was wash up, clean the house, wash the dishes, get tidied up, okay? And I left him with a list of things to do. I'm going to ring him again shortly to find out how he got on, how many jobs he got to do, right? Today, folks, what do you want to do today? You're listening to this video. Are you in the job you like? If not, leave. Go and get another job. Find out what your passion is. Okay? And listen, I want to keep these videos short. I'll close this one off now, and I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll take up again. You'll get to meet Joe eventually. I'm still working with him, okay? But you'll get to meet him. And you'll see him where I take him today to where he's going to be tomorrow. Okay? It's going to be exciting. And you're coming with me. And you're going to learn from what I teach Joe. Okay? Love you all. See you tomorrow morning. Ronnie Bishop, Timaru NZ. Google me. Okay? Bye-bye.